Dreams do not have a filter that your normal, polite, waking self puts up.
Welcome to the hidden meaning of dreams with Sweet Georgia Pam.
It does matter what the dreamer themselves associates with those things that come up in the dream.
Spiritual director, dream expert, author, and educator, Sweet Georgia Pam is here to remind us that dreams are the answer. They're always with you. They know you better than you know yourself, and they're always trying to tell you the truth.
There's some back and forth here between you and some awareness.
And now your host, Melissa Carter.
SweetGeorgiaPam.com is the website. It's magic. It's a magical website. You get to know all about Pam. You get to figure out how you can schedule a session with Pam. You can get free stuff. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Also, if you're on social media, Sweet Georgia Pam is her handle. You can direct message her or tag her in anything. So the dream today is from Liziette. I think it's Liziette. She's on TikTok. I hope I'm saying that right because there's a lot of T's at the end. Liziette. All right. So her dream, his dream, I don't know. Last night in a dream, I was trying to brush my teeth, but mac and cheese was coming out of the toothpaste. What does that mean? And then they go on to say, and yes, I'm very serious.
Mac and cheese. Ugh. It's the same consistency. Trying to brush my teeth. Mac and cheese came out of the toothpaste.
Yes.
Instead of gritty cleanser, which makes me think of a cleanse, soap, we get gritty noodles and cheese. All right.
There is nothing too random for Sweet Georgia Pam.
Challenge me. This one actually is a pretty good challenge, right?
She's like, challenge accepted.
Yes, challenge accepted.
Mac and cheese toothpaste.
All right. So when I think of mac and cheese, it's just, I don't want to think of mac and cheese. Here's actually, personal association for a second. I'm veering off. When my son was really young and we would go to restaurants, I used to get so frustrated that mac and cheese was one of the vegetable sides.
Right.
Because I'm like, mac and cheese has no nutritional value.
Right. It's cheese and pasta is what it is. It's not
pasta.
A veggie. Right.
Sometimes it's squeezed cheese. Like sometimes it's powdered cheese. Like that's important because when I think of that coming out of a toothpaste tube, I'm like, there's no value to what is coming out. Okay. It's also, we're just gross. It's clumpy. And toothpaste is not supposed to be clumpy. So what it makes me wonder if I had this dream is, have I experienced something recently where what was supposed to be smooth and easy and helpful has actually turned into junk that has no value, but is still smooth. It's still it's the same consistency, which feels important. My dreaming mind didn't throw out like rocks or a drumstick or something that would come out of a tooth. It still somehow logically fits in a toothpaste tube. But what comes out is junk. I'm sorry to the makers of mac and cheese, or maybe you make a really healthy version of mac and cheese.
For those who are not parents, it is a go-to that everybody wants to feed children. If you are health conscious, you think, okay, maybe a little, but not so much. And like you said, for restaurants to offer it as a vegetable side, it's like, no, but anyway, but again, we digress. Yes. But it's, yes. But see, now here's the thing. Now, if Liziette on TikTok loved mac and cheese, found it to be something that is represents childhood or something fun, would that change the meaning of the dream?
Yeah, immediately what changes in my mind when I put that lens on is that instead of this boring task of brushing my teeth, I get this really fun, entertaining special treat. So then I would go, okay, in my waking life, what's going on right now that I'm just trying to understand or trying to process, or something that was supposed to be boring and disciplined and I'm trying to do it has suddenly turned surprisingly fun. It does matter what the dreamer themselves associates with those things that come up in the dream. It's just sometimes hard to figure out without having this conversation of like, let's unpack it together. Let's explore it together.
Most people are trained to think, oh, there's mac and cheese in my dream. There's toothpaste, there's toothbrush, there's this certain thing in my dream. So it means the same thing for everybody.
Yeah.
And the purpose of the podcast is to show you that dreams are better than that, for lack of and smarter than that.
Yeah.
And that you can use dreams in a better way, that they actually can really help you. Did Lizzie think, oh, let me look at my waking life to see what might have caused either the negative reaction if you are anti mac and cheese or the positive reaction if you're pro mac and cheese.
Pro mac and cheese.
Right.
Yes.
Now we started about
and there are all sorts of gradients in between too. Dreams are funny because they're very personalized to you, the dreamer, but also the language that the dreaming mind uses, like the set of rules, is generic, is universal. That's why sometimes looking things up in a dream dictionary actually lines up and makes sense, because some of those generalized rules, like, oh, that actually does line up and it is useful. That's just not all there is to it. The way I like to think of it is, if you're trying to solve your dream using only dream dictionaries, it's like trying to paint a Monet using dot to dot.
I like that. Yeah.
You're just not going to get the full picture with a dream dictionary, but you'll get some of the picture with it. Yeah. Although I would challenge anybody to look up mac and cheese and brushing teeth in a dream dictionary and come up with something that makes sense.
Yeah, I like what you came up with a lot better. I highly recommend, if you would like to do dream sessions with Sweet Georgia Pam, then just go to sweetgeorgiapam.com. Like I said, she's got free stuff on there. A free half-hour Zoom session. You want to sign up for that? Go to sweetgeorgiapam.com. And also, she's got a downloadable guide, free. And I love this for people I know who say, I never remember my dreams. Well, if you want to, this guide is called 6 Nights to Better Dream Recall. Pam will walk you through it to help you remember your dreams. Also, social media, Sweet Georgia Pam. And we're on YouTube. And all you got to do is leave in the comments a description of your dream. We'd love to use it as well. But we invite everybody to come on the show and be with us so she can talk through a dream with you. Yes. All right, my friend.
And
yes.
I just also want to say, if you have found this helpful, or if it's a conversation starter, so that's the other thing. That's the other goal, I think, of us in this podcast having this conversation is, I guarantee you there are people sitting in their cars or out on their walks or sitting at their computers having conversations now and looking up mac and cheese and wondering about their own dreams. So if this is a conversation starter for you, include us in the conversation.
To me, I could see this being a game for people. Like, hey, I listened to the last one and this is the dream. What did it remind you of? Because everybody, all you got to do is, I had a dream last night, blah, blah, blah. And I guarantee you'll have coworkers or friends or siblings sitting around saying, oh, me too. I used to, we do it on here. All right, my friend. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and thank you again.
Thanks. Sweet dreams, everybody.
The content in this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Pam Muller is not a licensed mental health professional. If you or someone you know suffers from severe, persistent nightmares, please seek medical help.